everybody, this is Matt. We're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching another episode of the super awesome guitar from Scrapwood. Today we're going to be buttoning up the body because I have a very special announcement to make at the end of the video about the finish. But I'm going to save that top secret thing for the end. So I've got to finish up the body because I got to get this ready to paint sooner rather than later. More on that. Let's put a pin in that. More on that later. So what I have to do is I have to route for the volume control and the have to drill a hole for the volume control to poke out of, and I have to make a place for the actual potentiometer to go. I have to get my bridge mounted where it's going to go, and I have to put a round over on this. I've got to put some sort of edge treatment on it, and I have to fill the template holding on holes on the back here, and we're going to do all of that stuff today. So enough with the bullshit talk, let's get started. Okay, gang, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to mount the bridge, and what we have to do that is figure out the relationship of the bridge as it pertains to the neck. So I've got my neck put in the body here, and because the end of the neck is flat and the end of my neck pocket is flat, I want to go ahead and shove the neck all the way into the pocket there, and also try to index the neck so that it's not doesn't have any wiggle like this. So I'm going to index off the back of the neck and this long edge of the neck pocket here. So we're going to push the neck this way and this way as much as we can. And then now that I got my neck where I want it to go, I'm actually going to take my straight edge and I'm going to draw some lines aft of the pickup. And I'm going to mark where the bridge needs to go. In this case, it's the scale length is 25.5, so I'm going to measure from the end of the nut all the way out here to 25.5. In order to do that, I need a tape measure. $25.5. And I don't need to be super dead on here, but I do need to be really close because my bridge saddles have some fore and aft travel. So I need to be close, but I don't need to be, we're not doing brain surgery here. I also want to measure from one of the frets to the bridge and kind of establish, make sure that everything is straight. Let's see. Quarter. So that looks pretty good right there. Now because this is a string through bridge, oh. Alright, so I got my bridge kind of where it needs to be, and I'm basing that off of the index lines that I made, but I want to show you guys a cool trick. I like to use string, which if you pull string really tight, it effectively makes a straight line. So I like to take string and kind of put it on the edge of the neck, about 1/8 of an inch from the edge, and see how it lines up with my bridge, because I know that I want the strings to come straight off the I know I don't want them goofing around on the neck. So what I've essentially done here is I've turned this piece of, line here into a surrogate string. And if I put it on the fretboard without looking at the bridge, I can see, and then look and see where the string actually goes on the bridge. Then I can kind of put the string in the groove of the saddle and go, yeah, that's good where it is. Or I can make changes based on that. It actually looks really good where it is. So string is your friend. So now I need to mark where the actual strings go through the body, because this bridge from Hipshot is a string through body. So there they go right there. Let's take this over to the drill press and we'll drill these 6 holes. This is a 5/32 drill bit, and I'm going to drill all 6 holes all the way through the body. Well, you can really tell a difference when you're drilling through basswood or you're drilling through mahogany. The idea is that you want that hole to be as straight as you can, and the harder the wood is, the more likely it is for the drill bit to kind of wander as it goes down, even if you're using a drill press. So the bridge will go on like this, and now we have to add some holes for our string ferrules to go on the back. Now you can do that with a drill press and match the holes that you're using, but I like to use my beloved pin router. All right, so I've got my Fender Telecaster template on the top of my body, and you can see here are the locations for the string ferrules, and we're going to put this on my beloved pin router with the 1/4" bit and the 1/4" pin, and we will make the ferrule holes for these the string through things. Now, these are the old school ferrules that are flush mount. They don't have the little top hat. So we need to go 3/8 of an inch down, no more, no less. Now I want you guys to see something. All the holes here are lined up nice, but remember I was talking about the drill bit drifting? See how they're all pretty good except for this guy right here. It's way off to the side. It's probably not going to matter that much, but we might have to kind of chase that hole a little bit later on down the line. Now I'm going to drill a 3/8 hole for my volume control to poke out of. We've decided it wants to be right here, where there's this little tiny pencil mark. Since we're sort of designing as we go, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, now we know where the hole for where the shaft of the potentiometer is going to come out. Now we have to make a spot for the rest of the potentiometer to go, and we're going to use this 1 11/16 Forstner bit to make our control cavity. And Chris wanted to know if I had a hot setup thing for this to get it centered, and I told him yes. Actually, I don't. Okay, in that delightful sequence, we went ahead and drilled for the potentiometer to go, and we drilled for the side jack, and we had to connect the two because I ran out of Forstner bit, so we just got a little 3/8, like a 2-foot long 3/8 bit, and completed the hole into the control cavity. It's not a big deal to do that because the jack is only this long, so as long as I have this much 7/8 hole, and the rest can be, just however the thickness of the wires are. So we're good to go. Now we're going to do control cavity cover, and we're going to use the super cool Texas Toast thing that we use on almost everything to do that. Let it go. All right, now we're going to fill in the template holes that we still have to fill in. And for that, I'm going to use this maple dowel because, you know, tone. When people come to class here, Chris, they're going to learn my super famous wipe the glue on the bench technique, aren't they? Mm-hmm. Oh, that looks good. Okay guys, so what I've done there is I just finished up just putting a little bit of an edge treatment on there. In this case it was a 1/4 inch round over. And now all that's left to do is sand everything to 220 and get it off to paint. Now, I want to tell you about something very, very cool that's happening with this guitar. But first I want to talk about why I only put this 1/4 inch round over on the body. I talked to a couple of you and we decided that, you know, do some sort of angles and SG kind of features would be really, really cool on this body, but I've run out of time and I had to do the quickest, fastest thing I could to get this body into paint. The reason I have to get this guitar into paint so fast is because our very good friend Mike Learn from Learn Airbrush and Learn Guitars is going to come over and do one of his super trick custom paint jobs on this on October 18th, and we are going to be filming it live. As well as doing a video like not a live video like this one. So there's going to be lots and lots and lots of cool stuff. So this has to get sealed and level sanded and then painted olive drab. And Mike is going to be doing his warbird finish on this. So he's going to make this look like a World War II airplane fuselage with, I don't know, there's going to be like, you know, lines and rivets and numbers and nose art and shit like that. So this is going to be a super, super cool guitar when it's all said and done, and you guys can be a part of it. Now, if anyone is interested in this guitar with the custom Mike Learn finish that's on it, and you want to pre-order this, Mike can even customize it with numbers that you want and stuff like that. Let me know in the comment section below, or send me an email is actually the best way to do it. If you send me a comment, I'll ask you to send me an email. How's that work? So this is going to be super, super cool, and I just found out about that yesterday. Mike stopped by the shop, and we were like, hey, let's do this, this really neat paint job on this BC Rich Eagle style guitar. So that is going to be way cool and super awesome. We're really looking forward to that. So the next time you see this project, it's going to be with Mike Learn, attacking it with his airbrush and his, I don't know what they are. I guess they're his stencils or his what do they call them, Chris? You'll see. It's going to be really, really awesome. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. If you like this video, give us the thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you appreciate content like this, you might want to go over to our Patreon page and consider becoming a member, because even $1 a month goes a long way to helping us bring you guys cool stuff like this. If you can't do Patreon, we totally understand. Please share this video as many places as you can think of to help us grow the channel that way. So, until next time, which is going to be, like I said, with Mike Learn from Learn Airbrush, this is Matt at Texas Toast reminding you that if you're so smart, build it yourself. That's what I do. Thanks for watching.